Hi, and welcome to this edition of The Pipeline, where we're refining the news that is important to you. I'm Jeffrey Gwynn. With the shale revolution changing the shape of the energy landscape, investors, operators, and service companies are all clamoring for information on emerging shale plays that could become the next big thing. Similar to Eagle Ford Shale, the Tuscaloosa Marine Shale covers an area of approximately 5,900 square miles across the Gulf Coast region of Louisiana and Mississippi, and is found at depths that vary from 9,000 to 14,000 feet. A 1998 report by LSU's Basin Research Institute estimated the 2.9 to 7.4 million acres within the play may hold more than 7 billion barrels of oil. Looking to draw an economic boost similar to what's happening in the Bakken and Eagle Ford, Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant cut the tax rate from 6% to 1.3% for oil and gas extracted from qualified oil wells. This tax cut will be for a period of 30 months or until the payout of the well. The hope is to attract companies to what his office predicts will be one of the most active shale plays in the United States. And in Texas, estimates from the Railroad Commission of Texas predict oil production in the state could double by 2020. While the jump is predicted to come mainly from the Eagle Ford Shale and the Permian Basin, the oil-producing Cline, Midway, Eaglebine, and Pearsall Shale plays may be close behind. This is definitely great news for several shale plays across the country. And now, some more great news about 2012's oil production. Here's Mia Manders.
The Wall Street Journal reports that last year the U.S. posted the biggest increase in oil production in the world and the largest increase in U.S. history, unleashing a surge of fresh crude supplies that are helping restrain global oil prices and advance U.S. foreign policy goals. Oil production in the U.S. jumped 14% last year to 8.9 million barrels per day. According to the newly released annual BP Statistical Review, that's an increase of 790,000 barrels per day, the largest single-year gain in U.S. history. That production, spurred primarily by the development of new tight oil fields such as those in North Dakota, helped offset supply shocks in other oil-producing countries. The boom in the U.S. and Canadian oil patch contrasts sharply with developments in many big oil-producing countries such as Mexico, Nigeria, Brazil, and Venezuela, where output fell. Canadian production, spurred by both traditional crude production and the development of oil sands, grew almost 7%. And now, over to Stephanie Griffin to talk about a new fracking technology.
NCS Oilfield Services is a technology and services company focused on multi-stage completions. They have just successfully completed 3 2-mile lateral wellbores in the Bakken Formation, and they are looking to expand their presence in the Williston Basin. NCS was able to complete 50 discrete frac stages in a single well using their trademarked multi-stage unlimited system. The technology that is used eliminates the needs for perforations, plugging, and ball dropping. This allows for multiple sequential fracture stages in a single wellbore. Eric Schmetzel, NCS Vice President of Strategic Business, said that the technology provides operators with the ability to access more of their reservoir with fewer well bores. To date, the North Dakota field results have been very encouraging, and we continue to grow our business in that market. Back to you, Mia.
According to the EIA, estimated shale oil and gas resources in the U.S. and in 41 other countries represent 10% of the world's crude oil and 32% of the world's natural gas resources. Because tight oil and shale gas resources have proven to be quickly producible in large volumes at a relatively low cost, they have revolutionized U.S. production, providing 29% of total U.S. crude oil production and 40% of total U.S. natural gas production in 2012. But given the variation across the world's shale formations, it is not yet clear if these shale resources will prove to be economically recoverable. The market impact of shale resources outside the United States will depend on their own production costs and volumes. In many cases, even significantly smaller differences in costs, well productivity, or both can make the difference between a resource that is a market game changer and one that is economically irrelevant at current market prices.
Now that's it for us today. If you have any questions for us or want to stay up to date with the latest oil and gas news, you can visit us on both Facebook and Twitter. You can find the links to our social media websites when you visit us on the web at www.reefogc.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, we're drilling only for the relevant news and bringing it to you through the pipeline.